So it wasn't a good weekend for Barcelona because, of course, they won, Real Madrid lost. It was a great weekend for Barcelona because they finally got their man, Philippe Coutinho, 160 million euros, almost $200 million. They finally got it done
In January 2018, Barcelona paid £160 million for one man. He was supposed to be the future, the heir to Andres Iniesta, the Brazilian genius who would restore magic to Camp Nou. But just 2 years later, he scored twice against Barcelona in an 8-2 humiliation. What really happened to Philippe Coutinho? If you love deep football stories like this, stories that go beyond the headlines, make sure you like this video and subscribe to Beyond the Pitch Africa. Before the pressure, before the price tag, there was magic. At Liverpool, Philippe Coutinho wasn't just a player, he was imagination. In England, they called him the little magician, not because of his size, but because of what he could do with the ball. Calling streamers into the top corner, effortless turns in tight spaces, that signature cut inside from the left, long-range strikes that froze goalkeepers. Under Brendan Rodgers and later Jurgen Klopp, he became Liverpool's creative heartbeat. He had freedom, he had confidence, he had belief, but more importantly, he had identity. And yet, even at his peak, one dream remained unfinished: Barcelona. January 2018, Barcelona were wounded. Neymar had left for Paris. Iniesta was aging. The club needed a new symbol of hope. So they paid 160 million, not just for talent, but for restoration, for magic, for the illusion that one player could fix everything. But here was the first mistake. Barcelona didn't buy Coutinho the footballer, they bought Coutinho the fantasy. And fantasy rarely survives reality. Now we go deeper. At Liverpool, Coutinho thrived in controlled chaos. He roamed, he improvised, he attacked space freely. At Barcelona, structure, positional discipline, midfield balance, system over individuality. And then there was Messi. Messi occupied the right half space, the exact area Coutinho loved to drift. Iniesta controlled tempo, Busquets anchored balance, Suarez occupied defenders. So where did Coutinho fit? He wasn't explosive enough to dominate as a winger. He wasn't defensively disciplined enough to own midfield. He wasn't physically dominant. He became positionless. And in elite football, positionless without freedom becomes powerless. You could see it, the hesitation, the sideways passes, the disappearing confidence. The magic was thinking too much, and magic cannot survive overthinking. But tactics were only half the story. 160 million. Every touch magnified, every mistake amplified, every game judged against the price tag. Camp Nou is beautiful, but it is not patient. The whistles began, the murmurs grew louder, confidence cracked, and then came that moment. Coutinho scores and covers his ears. Not in celebration, but in protest. That wasn't arrogance. That was pressure breaking through. This wasn't just a tactical failure anymore. It was psychological erosion. Expectation can build a player, but it can also suffocate one. Then came football's cruel twist. Loan to Bayern money. And in 2020, Bayern faced Barcelona in the Champions League. Coutinho came off the bench and scored twice against the club that paid 160 million for him. One of the darkest nights in Barcelona's history. The man they bought to restore them helped dismantle them. Irony at its highest level. But even lifting the Champions League with Bayern, the revival never fully came. Injuries, loans, a move to Aston Villa, the spotlight faded, the little magician became a cautionary tale. Philippe Coutinho was never a bad player. He was never talentless. He was a creator placed inside the wrong system, carrying the wrong expectations at the wrong moment in history. And sometimes in football, timing is everything. If you enjoyed this story, make sure you like this video and subscribe to Beyond the Pitch Africa for more deep football documentaries and analysis. This is Football Beyond the Pitch.